Sportscast crew, welcome back to another week episode with your host, Mr. ESPN, where we discuss everything sports and the business behind it. I'm with my other hosts, Dub, Kens, and Mr. Mo Better. How y'all doing, fellas?
How you feeling, Vlad?
I'm good, man.
What up, boys? What up?
Good can you be this week?
Look, we're gonna start it off early.
Hey, coming to y'all live from 2022. The Eagles are no longer undefeated.
Hooray!
Okay. Here you go.
Hooray!
Not even trying to be a hater.
Talk that talk.
Not even trying to be a hater or nothing like that. But like I told y'all a few weeks ago,
No, you're
watching Vlad celebrate is the most annoying thing in the world. Thank God they've lost. Shout out.
I know why. I know
Shout
why
out to them
hating.
Commanders. Shout out to them Commanders.
I don't know why you're hating.
During the dub.
At least my team has jewelry.
Who cares? That was years ago. I don't even remember that. I forgot y'all had a ring.
We didn't forget 28-3 though.
Wow.
Who cares? I forgot about that.
We didn't.
Wow. Oh, wow.
We're still making commercials about it.
It's getting a little feisty in here today.
You wasn't even there for that. Man, we talking about
Who
today.
wasn't there? I was right next to you when the Falcons lost 28-3.
First of all,
What you mean?
I was somewhere in Gwinnett County when the Falcons lost 28-3, so I ain't even tripping. The only thing I'm gonna say is if the Falcons had won that Super Bowl, you would have been out clubbing too. So shut up.
Right.
You'd have been piped up with the city of Atlanta. So shut up, man.
You absolutely right.
Shut up. You'd have been at Strokers stroking. Shut up.
Hey, yo.
In other news,
Trying to pretend.
in other news, as y'all can see from these obnoxious haters of fans, the Philadelphia Eagles are no longer undefeated. We have no more undefeated teams in the NFL now, but we're still the number one team in the NFC. However,
Yeah, tired. Don't be disrespectful.
still number
Right, Minnesota definitely got 8-1 record as well.
Shout out.
But we beat them
First
though.
Cousins.
But
Shout
we
out my
beat
guy
them.
First Cousins.
We beat them though.
8-1 is 8-1. I don't care.
8-1 is 8-1.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, some haters.
We just calling it like we see it, big fella. I'm sorry, Papi. I'm sorry.
And I recalled them 25 points y'all guys couldn't recover. But anyway,
Same old nonsense. Listen, hey, shout out to the Eagles who've been playing well since Vaz in his panties over one loss. You're gonna get one. At least it came now. Now you guys can focus on continuing because you guys are going to the playoffs. So you can focus on. You don't got to worry about trying to be undefeated. You can start being careful, playing the game, and focusing on tomorrow.
Right.
Trying to get perfect. Like forget all that, man. It's better to lose one in the season than win the Super Bowl. Charge it to the game.
Ex Tom Brady.
I'm gonna just tell the people. So obviously, I root for my Giants. I don't even stress nobody else really.
Respectfully.
I go on Facebook after we win and the Cowbums took a loss, and I'm over here gloating about that. Vlog comes on my post. This is Sunday, guys. Vlog comes on my post. Ha ha. Undefeated. We're still undefeated though. Ha ha ha. And I think to myself, you may want to let the weekend finish out, like and then Monday comes, and then those Commanders march into Philly and knock them out, and I'm like, wow, this is exactly why you shut up until the whole thing is over.
Talk about being obnoxious. I ain't gonna say
obnoxious. Vlad, you learned a lesson this weekend?
No, I didn't.
He gonna have to lose in the playoffs before he can learn the lesson. I'll wait.
You could teach me all those lessons. You've done that plenty of times.
You damn right. I know about losing. The Falcons know about losing, goddamn. Shout out my guys. They were number 1 at 4-4, and now they're number 2 at 4-6.
Jesus.
That's nothing to wait at.
Yeah, y'all show was number 1 for like 22 seconds, bro.
Hey, listen, I embrace reality. I don't be tripping about none of that. We're gonna lose And eventually one day we might win. I don't care if it's one of my kids. I don't care if I'm lying in heaven one day and my son comes up to me like, yo, Dad, you know the Falcons got one? I'm gonna say, goddamn right, Rondell.
Rondell.
Goddamn right, Rondell. I'm gonna celebrate it up above, goddamn. I ain't even tripping. So I ain't worried about none of that.
Anyway, in other NFL news,
the whole Rams are hurt.
yeah, that's obvious, but
just like Vlad's feelings. I ain't done with the Eagles. Don't be trying to move on.
We're gonna move on.
They put Vlad's feelings on IR with Cooper Kupp.
Yikes.
Yeah, done. Yeah, done.
Go ahead, Vlad. Try to move on.
You're gonna laugh now, but in
it back.
February I'll have the last laugh, so it's cool. You get your laughs off now.
You know what? Your birthday is in February, and it
Facts. Celebrate.
Good. Yeah, I like to hear it. You know, and I'm always ready to celebrate with you, bro.
Facts.
So
No. Make sure y'all celebrate the week before when we win the Super Bowl.
Anyways,
that's probably not.
All right. See, haters be talking. But go on, Jake.
The Philadelphia Eagles lost again this week.
Yo,
this is
yo, it's like we're the Commanders this week.
But the Cowbums took a loss.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers came through with another my skill.
With a thumb, boy. Y'all seen his thumb?
Yeah.
I ain't see it.
I ain't see that.
That thing was prolific.
Thumb jacked up. He had like a little, I don't know, I wouldn't say a cast on it, but he got something on his hand.
Oh, like a little brace or something?
Yeah, like a brace. He been playing with it for the last 2 weeks, I think. He for sure this week.
Clearly, it didn't stop him from being the Cowboys because he's 9-1.
That bad man.
Yeah,
Cowboys supposed to have one of the best defenses in the league that day.
They really
Aaron Rodgers found a way.
Rodgers got their number.
They got a good front seven. Their secondary trash.
Reasonable. I think.
So, respectfully with these Cowboys, though, is it time that we start really reevaluating them and say, all right, that early success they had might not be all that we thought, and possibly that Dak Prescott might be on the clock?
Hold on real quick. You said early success. You talking about before, not this season.
Well, I mean, they were winning without Dak. They only got 2 losses now?
3.
3, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they're having a pretty decent year.
2 more losses than the Eagles.
So therefore, I'm going to disregard that remark. But clearly it looked like, obviously Aaron Rodgers got their number, but if Dallas, just say hypothetically, doesn't make it out the first round, are we going to start looking at probably, it's year 6 Dak, and we haven't really seen
I don't think that's reasonable. Like, Dak isn't their biggest problem. Their biggest problem is they overpaid Zeke, and he's not productive enough for the money that they're giving him. They could find probably more production, get another receiver, get another running back for cheaper, kind of add some depth. They can mix up the plays a little bit more. I mean, yeah, but Zeke is still eating a lot of that money. You know what I'm saying? They could probably get a better cornerback to help out that abysmal secondary they got over there running rampant. And like, Dak's not the problem, bro. Like, people are gonna want to blame the quarterback, but that is just lazy analysis. Like,
but is it really? Because let's be real. When have we said, Dak has won a big game solely on his
first playoff game? Didn't he win a playoff game like 2 years ago? And it was like,
the one he couldn't get a snap off in 13 seconds.
He won. He got one playoff win.
Yeah, he's won before that.
He's got one. You know what I'm saying?
So one playoff win in 6 years.
I think it was against Seattle or something.
I mean, right. So let's look at the reality of the situation, right? Dak's not the person that's losing whatever, because they've been in the playoffs 4 times, I think.
Around, yeah, I think 4 out of 6.
They've been to the playoffs 4 times. They didn't go the year that Dak got hurt, so that's proof in itself, right? Like, without Dak, they weren't that good. They were a fumbling team. With Dak, they've been at the very least a perennial playoff team. So because they're not winning the big games, you don't turn around and look at Dak and be like, hey, man, no. Premium quarterbacks are hard to find. You got to find a way to win with what you got. Let's look at coaching. Let's look at the secondary that we noticed. You know what I'm saying? Like Mike McCarthy's first year, even though they went to the playoffs that year, there was still a lot of questions. You know what I'm saying? Like, is he the guy?
That's true.
Can we trust him? Is Dan Quinn gonna possibly take over? You know what I'm saying? I don't think looking at Dak, that's just the easy way to look at the QB. It's not like they got Mark Sanchez or I don't know, Marcus Mariota back there fumbling around looking like an idiot.
No, and I agree
I'm
with
talking
that.
about Mariota like that, man.
But my question is this. I mean, the big discrepancy, a year or two ago was paying Dak all that money, right? And he got his money. We've still yet to say, since he's got that money, there hasn't been one game that we literally can say, yo, Dak took over. He elevated the team. He won this game strictly from his performance. He hasn't gave us a Josh Allen, a Lamar Jackson, a Pat Mahomes type of.
He didn't give us a lot of Trent Dilfers.
I mean, I think we got to stop with that comparison. Like, okay, it's clear as day. Dak is not Patrick Mahomes.
He's not on that level. He's not that echelon of QB.
He's just not. He's never going to be.
He's
not
still a very good quarterback, though.
Yeah, yeah.
But according to the Cowboys standards, you know how Cowboys fans, they talk about them 5 championships in the 90s like as if it still matters in 2022. They needed that championship.
I don't be talking about yesteryear. I be talking about today, like this weekend, what just happened to the Eagles losing. I ain't worried about no other loss.
Chat.
I ain't worried about no other loss from 4 years ago, 6 years ago, 20 years. I don't care about no other Super Bowl. All I care about is this season. What's up with the other stuff in the offseason? Dak is not the biggest issue. Like I said, there's so many other holes that they still have because the Dallas Cowboys are such a big franchise and they get all this damn notoriety and all this attention for being better than mediocre. It's fucking absurd. Right. We're gonna over scrutinize that premium position. But in reality, so that got $70 million that year. He's getting paid like an average quarterback now, and he's playing like a better than average quarterback. So let's look around and let's go get a secondary. Let's fortify this offense. Let's look at all these offensive weapons. Who over there are you scared of on offense?
Tony Pollard. That's it.
Pollard.
Tony Pollard is the problem.
I mean, CD was supposed to be that premier receiver, but he still needs some developing.
He's not that guy.
He's not that guy. Maybe he's not that guy right now. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so. We trying to look at Dak, but it's like who is Dak's weapons? Let's imagine, right? Because we could probably make a similar argument for the talent of like a Lamar Jackson. Like Lamar is electric on his legs, and he's pretty good with his arm, but he ain't won. He won an MVP, but we for the longest we was like, when's Lamar gonna show us that he can win a game with his arm and da. Like he ain't got no weapons, and he still found a way.
But that's even more of a reason because I'm like, okay, let's switch places. If you give Lamar Dak's weapons with Zeke, Pollard, CD Lamb,
different system, different coaching, you gotta change everything.
Still gonna miss those passes next.
Jesus.
But on the real, like speaking of Dak's weapons, right?
Mm-hmm.
A so-called somebody just got cleared, and rumor has it that
God forbid.
Eddie's
favorite wide receiver, OB Jizzle.
Old dirty bastard.
I don't like it. I don't like it, but I could see the Cowboys pulling that plug to go get OBJ.
I mean,
they need it.
It's a fair. They need it, but I wouldn't want to see him go there. God forbid.
Hell no, I don't want to see him in no Dallas.
Yeah, I don't want to see him go there, but I think it's a pretty high chance.
I feel like, listen, OBJ, we're a fan of you on this show, right? Come through whenever you want to. We'll host. If you care about the culture, go to Baltimore. Go help Lamar.
Yeah, but I don't think he will. Like, it would be nice, but I don't know if that takes Baltimore over that hump. Like,
they got Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson get warmed up, getting ready to come out here.
Deshaun Jackson not the same Deshaun Jackson from Philly. Let's be real.
It don't matter. He's an upgrade from every wide receiver that they got.
Wait, Deshaun Jackson just signed with Baltimore, right?
Yeah.
You got Deshaun Jackson, and you don't need him to be the Deshaun Jackson of Philly. You just need him to be 80% of that guy and OBJ. You'll figure out the rest.
That's not enough. That's not enough.
That's not enough. They already Baltimore is like 7-3. You don't think adding a premier weapon like him doesn't open up the offense?
Yeah, but OBJ just came off 2 ACL tears, bro. You asking him to be the number one receiver off of 2 ACL tears?
Was he the Super Bowl? What are you talking about?
Yeah, but
ACL tear. He is that guy.
Yeah, but that's after 1. He has 2 now. Like
that means
he's
twice as ready.
Nah.
He already did the rehab, baby. He's gonna figure it out.
But my thing is,
I don't want to see him in Dallas. I think
if he
Dallas
goes to Baltimore, he's going to have the workload of a number 1 receiver automatically.
He is a number 1 receiver.
He is, but I'm just saying, I'm like, I don't think at this point, especially just say hypothetically signed this week, right? Now you're going into week 11. You probably got 6 more games. You got warm up. You got a new team, new quarterback, new system, and then you're going to be expected to come produce number 1 receiver numbers. I just don't see it.
I really don't see them being that over about Lamar and what he's going to do. I mean, not Lamar, but OBJ. Because it's like, I think football teams are kind of smart, most of them anyway. I don't think nobody's going to be like, hey, come out cold halfway through the season and be the number 1. They're going to be like, no, come out here and help, because you at 70% is better than everybody out here. Come out here and help. And hopefully by the time the playoffs get here, we can catch a rhythm, because that's what OBJ did last year. You know what I'm saying? He came out there. He had a couple of looking games with the Rams, and then he had like 2 or 3 really good-looking games with the Rams, took him into the playoffs, and he was OBJing through the playoffs until he got hurt in the Super Bowl.
Which he would have won the MVP, but we're not going to talk.
This man.
That's another conversation for another day.
This man really doesn't recover.
I'm up D-line. The next preaching.
Yo, here's some news. Deshaun Watson's back.
Oh, yeah, he plays the Texans this week.
I don't think this week.
Right?
No, he's back in practice.
Yeah,
but I think he's eligible to play the following week or something.
Yeah. Well, I hope so, because they got the Bills this week, so this is not a week to come back.
Yeah. Man, come back and show out, man. Show them you're the real MVP, Deshaun. Show them you ain't just about massage and therapy, baby. Show them you ready.
Honestly, I thought the Browns would be better by the time Deshaun got here. So now I feel like, because right now they were 2-7 or something like that, or whatever it is.
They struggle.
Deshaun is not. He's not about to bring that back. Like he can't do nothing.
It's too far. It's too far.
And I thought they would have at least been 500 by now. Then they would have been. It wouldn't have been so bad. Right now, Deshaun is just playing for reps, bro.
He might as well get some kind of acclamation.
Yeah, I guess.
Fuck that. I'm sitting down.
No, I agree.
He already getting his $1 million for the year, so
Right.
Yeah, I'll just say, rehab.
You know what? They could possibly make a run, because they 3-6. Cincinnati is 5-4. Baltimore is 6-3. So, they're not too far off from making a wild card push if he comes back strong.
Mathematically, they're not out.
Mathematically, they are not out at all.
It's just
if they mess around, because the story out right now is that Josh Allen is great, and Josh Allen makes great mistakes. So if they find a way to slip up and beat the Bills, and now they're sitting at 4-6, it's like, we're only 2 games under 500. Baltimore messes around, take a loss. Cincy take a loss. They back in the thick of things when he comes back against the Texans. Likely a dub right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can find a way to be 5-6 after his first game back. Now they running. They cooking with hot grease, baby.
So I'm looking at their schedule right now. They got the Bills this week, Tampa the week after that, Houston, Cincinnati, Baltimore, New Orleans, Washington, Pittsburgh. Baltimore.
They're going 7-0.
All of them are beatable teams. You haven't named one team that's like, oh, I'm scared to play them.
Yeah,
Bills The Bills don't even look scary like they did the first 6 weeks of the season.
Yeah. They look crazy scary at the beginning
You
of the
don't
season.
think
But right now,
you don't think the Ravens can get their number 2?
are you afraid of the Ravens at 6-3?
The Ravens are not that scary.
I don't know if the Browns can. I don't know if the Browns can just.
I don't know. I think the Ravens are starting to pipe up, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't know.
If that's the case,
That
everybody's starting to pipe up. Man, the Falcons piping up too, baby.
Yep.
Like, come on.
Cleveland's defense,
I'm talking serious, and you talking about the Falcons.
they just can't get their offense in line.
Who?
I said Cleveland's defense is good.
No, Cleveland's defense is the one that's been the problem. What are you saying?
Because the offense is the problem too.
Yeah, the offense not getting them a chance, baby.
Because no. I think it's the other way around. Because one, don't forget. I mean, it's hard to not be successful, and Nick Chubb is running for 150 yards every game. Their play action game is on point. It's their defense. Trust me, it's hard to be a league leader in anything, especially like rushing stats and stuff like that. And to be losing this bad, it can't be offensively. Like they do what they got to do offensively. It's defensively that outside of Myles Garrett, they really not getting much.
So they got to do some tweaking on our defensive side.
I mean, that's not going to happen. Let's say that you get Deshaun Watson, right? And what you expect is something similar to what we saw Deshaun Watson last time. Almost 5,000 yards, almost 35, 40 touchdowns.
That boy was a tax.
Yeah, he was a problem.
But nobody.
They was averaging like 30 points. The defense was allowing like 32. You know what I'm saying?
And don't forget, that's after Hopkins left, bro.
Yeah, bro.
It's a fact.
He was doing that. He was doing that with anybody.
Whoever.
Yup.
He said, "Who my wide receiver core?" I guess they catching TDs today. Like, we don't know them guys. You know what I'm saying? So you put him somewhere, he might be able to goddamn to make the offense good enough to compensate for how poorly they'll be saying the defense is playing. We don't know. I don't think just saying scratch it for the season is a great idea, because he got it. There's no reps, like in-game reps. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be mad if they said, you know what, we out of it. Deshaun played the first half, like some preseason nonsense for the rest of you know what I'm saying? Get to know your guys.
You either go in or you don't at all, bro. But I agree. I think Deshaun should play. I think he should play, because mathematically, until you mathematically out, then hey, he might as well just
do your thing. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? My guy Jeff Saturday just won his first game as a head coach for the Indianapolis Colts, and we don't know where they're gonna end up.
They about to win the division.
Yo, they can. I mean,
they're only like 2 games behind the Titans.
Yeah, they can. So how y'all feel about the hiring to begin with, though?
I think I've heard a lot of people complain. The talking heads complain about Jeff Saturday's hiring, but I think, listen, the Colts was a mess. You know what I'm saying? They were a total. They fired everybody. I don't think it makes sense to be like, well, we fired the OC, we fired the head coach, we done benched the quarterback. Let me find a wide receiver coach to promote the interim. No, I'm not messing with none of you lot. You have all been the problem. I'm gonna go outside and grab somebody who I can trust. I trust Jeff Saturday's spirit. I don't trust none of these guys in the office right now. You feel me? So I feel like they had to do something extreme because they were in an extremely bad situation. When it's that bad, you detonate, you reset, you figure it out mid-season. Why not?
You know what? I was on the side of, yo, this dude was just on Sports Center, and then 2 years later, I was on that side because I'm like, yo, what is the process to become a coach?
But he has been working in the Colts front office this entire time as a
no. I mean, he's been a coach consultant, but that was pretty much it. But but then I heard y'all know Chris Mad Dog Russo, whatever.
Yeah.
He was saying, yo, look at it this way. There's people commentating or people that's on CBS, whatever, that's never gone to school for, for public speaking or any of that kind of stuff. And, just because they used to be part of the NFL, now they get to be on TV. So, I guess in a flip, I mean, hey, I guess
it makes sense. There's a lot of people reporting on these sports they're in detail reporting on these sports, and they ain't never played that guy, so they don't understand the intricacies. We can't say that they understand the intricacies for sure. They don't have no first person experience. Again, and on top of that, who they were going to interview in the middle of this season to hire as the interim head coach? You know
That's all I'm saying. Like,
no,
you
but interim head coach usually just comes from, the OC or the DC, somebody. So it's not
fired. They all
whoever's already on the staff. They had somebody on the staff, bro.
There's gonna be like, hey, punt kicker coach, come be the
right.
No, it wasn't. They had to go find something and figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, they're gonna say that it's not given. And the crazy thing is, we're black, right? We want to see black guys get an opportunity to be head coaches in the NFL, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Of course I want to see that. But looking at the Colts situation, I don't know if I want to mind to be the first experience to be that headache and that.
He's going to get 1 year and that's it.
Yeah, they're going to look at him and be like, he came and didn't do nothing. What's the point? Nah, let Jeff Saturday, who was also a Falcons fan from Georgia, was coaching the church in Gwinnett County. Shout out. You know what I'm talking about? My boy Jeff.
It got nothing to do with the Falcons, Kansas.
That got everything to do with my guy, Jeff Saturday, being one of mine, all right? He's one of ours.
Anyway.
He's a DSGB, all right?
People know him as a Colt. Let's just keep it at that.
Who cares? I know what church he goes to.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, he run church piped up. You know what I'm talking about? And he was coaching the little league team out there. You know what I'm saying? He was coaching the kids out there. He got a little experience.
Anyway, let's get into these Week 11 games, these primetime games of the week. Starting off with this Thursday, we have the Tennessee Titans versus the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau Field. Who do we got for this matchup, fellas?
I think the Packers are getting hot. I think it's time.
They did show out.
Okay.
I think it's time.
Titans too.
I agree.
That rookie receiver they got is starting to finally look the part.
Because I want Matt Ryan to find success in his career after the Falcons. I want the Packers to win, to make it a little bit tighter in that division for my guy Matthias Ryan the first. But on an intellectual sports level, I think Tennessee gonna smack them.
I wouldn't say smack.
I think Tennessee gonna get the Packers a problem.
They can win. I mean,
I see them winning. I see them winning by at least 8 points.
That's not a smack.
At least
not smack.
how many points?
That's 8.
It's far away.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that though, but we'll see. What's the next game?
For America's Game of the Week, we have Dallas versus Minnesota in Minnesota.
Let's go.
Because I got to tell you, that's not a primetime game.
I said America's Game of the Week.
Listen, all I know is First Cousins gonna come through again.
Yes.
Go do your thing, First Cousins. Throw all over that secondary.
Boy, it's about to be. What they about to do, Kens? What he about to do?
Throw that thing.
I got Minnesota beating them by 2 touchdowns.
Sound effects. He running up. I'm gonna do a voiceover of every touchdown pass.
Anyway, for the night game on Sunday, we have Kansas City versus the Los Angeles Chargers in LA. I got my boy Patty Mahomes, of course.
Man, Patrick.
Yeah, I got Patrick.
They did suffer a lot of injuries last week.
The Chargers are hurt, bro.
Yeah, they're hurt.
The Chargers are more hurt. Mike Williams is back.
Hopefully.
I don't think he's back yet. Him or Keenan Allen. I'm not sure if they back
I think
yet.
Keenan Allen is still out, but I think Mike Williams is back.
They talking about maybe, but yeah.
I got him in my fantasy, man. I need him to show up.
Well, regardless, they've been hurt.
They've been hurt.
They have been hurt.
And
Kansas City not slowing down, so
yeah, Kansas City gonna win this 21-14.
25-14.
Wow.
Y'all tripping. 31-13.
Jesus. That Mahomes might really go 4 touchdowns against them for real.
Another voiceover. Whoop.
And then for a Monday night football game of the week, we got the San Francisco 49ers versus the Arizona Cardinals, and it's in Arizona.
In the toaster. Easy dub for the porn star himself.
Porn star Jimmy.
Star Jimmy.
I wouldn't be surprised if
y'all don't respect this man at all.
If DeAndre Hopkins and number one can find a way to get on the same page and ink one out. But man, something about that white bread 49ers offense that just makes me feel like Mayo's being resurrected in the NFL.
Did he say Mayo?
That's right. You got damn right.
To read between the lines.
That white bread mayo goddamn combo is electrifying out there. I don't know what it is. They probably put some tomatoes on that motherfucker. That thing is delicioso. They are. I like that team, man. I like the 49ers. Kittle, CMC, my boy Debo over there, you know what I'm saying? Chain gang and all. Debo. Like, I like the way
Ayuk.
I think Jimmy's like maybe a hiccup under where you would put like a Dak Prescott, but he's finding ways to win. He's finding ways. He's not making mistakes. He's not throwing the ball.
Hold on. You say he's a hiccup better than Dak?
I said under, bro.
So you saying this is Dak, this is Jimmy G?
I said this is Dak, this is Jimmy G.
That means Dak is sorry.
Jimmy's not sorry.
Nah, sorry is whoever.
Marcus Mariota. Marcus Mariota is sorry. That's who's sorry.
Leave that man alone, bro.
61.1% completion percentage. I can do that. And I don't even read defenses. I ain't practiced the offensive planning or nothing. And I can complete 61% of my passes. Marcus, figure it out.
Okay, Michael Vick reject.
He is. He's worse than Michael. No, Michael Vick was in Atlanta doing 58%. Like out.
All right.
There's no reason to get your blood pressure up. They're gonna fail you.
Can we talk about
Falcon stands for, you know what that means.
It stands for birds that eat rats or something. Can we talk about the NBA?
No, fans always counting on next season.
I don't even know what that
NBA. The Pigeons lost. All right, go on.
Anyway, before we wrap up our show, one last thing. On the NBA side, we have the Utah Jazz, number one team in the West right now, and they're supposed to be tanking.
Yeah. I thought we were supposed to goddamn cut to commercial. Okay. Utah Jazz. Utah Jazz doing their goddamn thing with not one former All-Star on the team, just a bunch of guys who came outside to hoop.
Who want to hoop.
Yeah.
That's it. Put on your goddamn work helmet and come out here and construct. These guys is hooping. Your boy Laurie Marketing, who's been disrespected by several teams already. The Bulls, the Cavs. You know yeah, and he's out here balling. Everybody on that team just wants to come outside and hoop. Everybody thought they was going to the Wembanyama playoffs.
They said Wembanyama.
People trying to figure that out, but no, they say, hey, we here to hoop. We here to ball.
What's his name? Yo, what's his name, bro?
Wembanyama. My God. Wembanyama. Victor. I'm gonna say
Victor, bro.
We're gonna get with the Creole accent, the Haitian accent. Victor.
Anyway, before we wrap it up, if you're the GM, do you keep the roster or do you let this trade value build up and then trade them by the trade deadline?
What are you talking about?
If you're Danny Ainge,
Utah?
Yes.
We got picks, man. Run this thing.
So you let them keep winning games?
We got picks. Run this thing.
You don't have the number one pick.
Nobody
marketing for MVP. Run this thing.
Well, he's definitely not winning MVP.
I don't know that. You can't tell me.
So obviously King said let it run. Jig, you letting it run or you trade?
I'm not. I don't believe in draft picks like that. So I'm letting it run.
Okay. Doug?
They be out there throwing these draft picks. Half these dudes be trash when they get to the league, man.
You gotta draft. You gotta trade somebody for another pick to get another draft. Like, man, you can only deal with what you got. You know you got picks stocked up anyway. You done gave everybody away. You shipped off Goldberg. You shipped off the Spider. You got picks. Like, figure it out. And if you feel like you really believe in my nigga Victor, then shift Lori Marketing and a bunch of those picks for whoever get the number one pick next year and figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Or let Wembanyama go to OKC. You know what I'm saying? Let the magic happen. Let the magic happen like it's supposed to.
Dub, you letting it ride or you trading?
I mean, first I'm gonna mention that the Knicks beat them last night, though. So I mean,
That's your argument.
I'm also gonna say that the Pigeons lost.
That's right. That's right.
Lastly, I'm a jig, bro. What are picks in the NBA, bro? They just numbers. Yo,
Yeah.
I mean, if we're gonna be honest, most championship teams are built because they already found an all-star and somehow brought them in. Okay,
Right.
So you're probably not gonna develop from scratch. Like, that just doesn't happen quite.
It happens. It happens once every 5 to 7 years, and it's very difficult to do.
Like,
No. Listen,
State,
the Bucks got one recently.
Yeah.
They draft Middleton. They draft Giannis. And they got a bunch of pieces. You know, Bobby Portis, free agency. They made a trade for the Holiday. Before that was the Warriors, but the Warriors had to figure it out, and they got lucky because Kevin Love got hurt. Kyrie, not to say they got lucky, but circumstances, you know what happened.
They got lucky. You was right. They got lucky.
I'm not gonna say people.
No. You had it right.
What I'm saying is the circumstance kind of bent into a way that kind of helped them to end up winning. Before that, I mean, you can kind of say the Dallas Mavericks, but they basically got everybody because they got Jason the Kid. They had drafted him, got rid of him, brought him back. You know what I'm saying? So does that count? Not really. Dirk Nowitzki, Jason Terry, that man was a journeyman. Sean Marion, he been around. You know what I'm saying? Like,
in the NBA, just about.
I mean, basically, the point is, even if Utah were to you keep all these picks and actually draft these people, the chances that these actual people are going to be the ones to bring a championship is pretty low.
It's very slim. Very slim.
So you might as well get rid of them and try to see if anybody wants to come play in Utah.
You make this team look amazing, and when free agency hit next year, you go after the top guys. Like, hey, you see what we're doing in Utah? We got Devin over there. We got Sam. Who? I don't know who they are, but we got them.
How do you say you see what we doing in Utah, bro?
Hey,
that would never happen.
We're a top 3 seed in the West, and I don't know half the guys on this roster's name, but we doing it.
Anyway, that's it for this week's show. Thanks for tuning in with our cast.
Hey, my exit music, man.
We'll see y'all next week. Make sure you're tapping with us on social and subscribe, like, and comment. Thanks for tuning in. We see y'all next time.